Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. So, I just did a Nicolioki marathon, and now I'm going to read a comment. Dear YouTube, I'm reading a comment that I left. My YouTube site is called You Get Nicole Young Nay Pelletier, my YouTube channel. And I left a comment on Esther Perel's video called What to Do If You're Clashing with Your Partners on Values. Letter from Esther Perel live, streamed live on August 10th. And I left a comment on August 10th. And I'm reading that comment, and it was left up. So I'm just... my poor cat. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm reading my comment. And it's going to be my posted video, my featured video about what the channel is about. Oh, come on, cat. All right. Okay. He's back. He left me and now he's back. Okay. 13 days ago. I think of myself as a scientist and an artist, so I agree that one could get information from places other than logic. However, I also believe that given a set of facts that must be taken as true, most people would agree on every issue you discussed today, i.e., there is a right or a wrong on every ethical issue discussed, if all the facts surrounding the issue are known. When a jury disagrees, it is usually not because of a difference in moral beliefs as much as a difference in factual beliefs. I think the key witness lied, changing the facts of the case in my eyes. You believe the key witness. We are at a factual impasse, not a moral impasse. No clearer example of this than gay marriage. It is a newly recognized fact that gay people are born gay. Most people who believe this fact will agree that if a person who was born gay had no choice in the matter, they can marry the person they love regardless of gender, just as much as any black person can marry the person they love regardless of race. And if a person does not agree with either of these, you are at a real impasse, as the person you are speaking with is, excuse the label, a control freak and probably should be avoided at all costs, unless they are family. Okay, so when people got into a heated argument over gay marriage not even a decade ago, after millennia of inaccurate BS about gays, they weren't having a heated debate about morals. They were really having a heated debate over whether or not a person was born gay. The person who believed gays are born gay was right, and the person who did not believe this, for example, most people over 55 years old at the time, was wrong. What does that mean? Well, it just means that if you have to get along with the person who was wrong, you could do it more easily if you understand that their beliefs will die with them and they are on the wrong side of history, which is too bad if you love them, but that's life. Other facts that would settle many moral arguments if taken as true, and they are true: COVID-19 is less deadly than the flu and did not kill millions of people worldwide. If questioned, the nurse in your example, if speaking truthfully, never witnessed a single death from COVID-19. She just enjoyed the position as hero that the media placed her in, so she went along with the BS like everybody else in the crumbling, corrupt medical pharmaceutical field. In 2020, there was instead a lot of overinflated population numbers in many countries that were created for corrupt political reasons by manipulating large migrant population numbers. With the 2020 U.S. Census looming, which was teeing up to be the most accurate census in history, the great population inflation fraud was about to be exposed in a big way, not just in the U.S. but around the world, except in Japan, which has the strictest immigration laws, very low migrant populations, and not coincidentally, was least affected by the fake pandemic because Japan had the lowest inflated population numbers. Also, the rapidly increasing rate of older people dying of Alzheimer's and early onset Alzheimer's due to taking too much Prozac and Xanax starting decades ago was getting very difficult to cover up under the category of accidental opioid overdoses, when in fact it was families in nursing homes purposely euthanizing Alzheimer's patients with opioids. This happened on a massive scale in 2020, by the way, under the guise of COVID deaths. I do a lot of quotes, maybe too many quotes. Without consent of most families or patients. So yes, it was murder of thousands of our weakest and most defenseless fellow humans. So this SH star T is going to come around and karma all of us, not just the murderers. So get ready for it, because no country can let that SHIT happen without karma coming back around in a big way later. What about masks? Never in the history of science has a virus been shown to spread through the air by an infected person who wasn't coughing or sneezing, and COVID is no exception. The mask mandates were therefore just an extension of the failed fascist Me Too movement. For example, men having no right. In other words, men having no rights, and all women are to be believed even if they are lying, as many of them were. Where, rightly I believe, rightly ticked off women, who were tired of hitting their heads on the glass ceiling, told men to put on a mask and shut the F up, literally and metaphorically. Women were by far the greatest enforcers of the mask mandates against non-compliant people who were by far men. So there's that. Now, this would be funny if not for the estimated 50 million people who unnecessarily died of starvation worldwide due to economic collapse, just so angry first world women could tell men to put a mask on and shut up. Also would be funny if not for vaccines that are really just massive drug tests carried out by the pharmaceutical swamp that may render an entire generation of school children infertile. One of the drugs probably being tested is for gender transformation purposes, and pharmaceutical companies are desperate to test these drugs in children as young as babies. That being said, the core fact that the couple in your example are disagreeing with is this. There is no fundamental human right to be protected from Mother Nature, including viruses. However, there is a fundamental human right to informed consent on all medical procedures. Neither the government nor industry, therefore, can carry out mandatory vaccinations or create vaccine passports, as this is a fundamental rights violation. With no fundamental right, such as there is no right to be protected from Mother Nature, to balance this fundamental, there is no other right. There is no right to be protected from Mother Nature. To balance this fundamental right against, that needs to be rewritten. It's all very fascist, actually. Pilate was therefore right, and had a right, to protect himself from transgender drug testing disguised as protection from a virus that is less deadly than the flu. And the nurse was wrong and had no right to ask the pilot to inject himself with possible transgender-inducing poison just so nurse could continue looking like a fake pandemic hero in the eyes of the media. That is, assuming the facts listed above are true, which they are. Again, regardless of whether the facts listed above are true, they are. This couple's argument is a factual one, not a moral one, and one of them is right and the other one is wrong, as history will show. By the way, things only get heated when somebody takes what is tantamount to a religious belief with no basis in fundamental human rights. In other words, claiming that it is a human right to be protected from Mother Nature, meaning I must risk my own health to protect yours, not, and turning it into law. Big difference in letting you believe I am immoral for refusing to put on a muzzle for your kabuki theater fake pandemic, or refusing to make my kids infertile so you could look like a medical hero for being around people with a virus that is less deadly than the flu, which you know is a fact deep down, and you forcing me to do these things by law. It is the same darn thing to make a law saying I have to go to church every Sunday. No difference, in capital letters. Wake up, woke people. And that's that. I'm going to post this, and, it should stand YouTube because I'm just reading what I wrote, and you haven't taken it down in my comments. All right? Living my best life, and everything's going to be okay, everybody. Just hang in there. Say bye, cat. Oh my gosh. All right. Crazy. Bye.